heading back to college, like UCF is back in tomorrow morning, you may not need a 4-year degree in order to make good money on the other end of college. There are several high-paying jobs that only require an associate's degree if you want to qualify for them. Kelly Babb is from Kavaliro, and she joins us to talk about it. Good to have you back.
Yes, always good seeing you, Tom. Thanks so much for having me again.
So I think people hear more for less, and they perk up immediately.
Well, yeah, it's really about getting, we're always most bang for your buck, but this is about the most bucks for your time, really, trying to get those 2 years degrees that are going to pay the most money. There's a really surprising one on here, but I'll get to that one later.
And these kind of jobs have actually increased. Let's start with the medical field, because there are plenty there.
There's always going to be a need for people in the medical field, and if you don't have the time to go become a doctor and spend the 10 years to go to school and do your residency, registered nurses, actually the first one on my list, average salary of $65,000 a year, and I think it can actually go up quite a bit from there. Then you've got on the other side in the dental field, your dental hygienist, average salary of $72K, which is also not...
That ain't bad.
No, it's nothing to sleep on, that's for sure. Now, you can also get a little bit more technical in the healthcare field. You have your radiation technicians, average salary is going to be $77,000. We're going up.
Wow.
Yeah. MRI technicians, I don't know, I just recently had an MRI, great person, took care of me, $65K average salary.
Oh, it's average salary.
That's going to be an average salary, yes, so depending on where you are. Now, one that you really, I would have never thought of this one. But it's something we're always going to need, funeral home director.
Yes, I saw that on the list.
Yeah,
talk to me about that.
There's a special kind of person that it takes, because there's a lot of knowledge and organization with the logistics of everything, but then also you need to be able to have the empathy to be taking care of the family. It's a special type of person, 2-year degree. Also, average salary, $66K.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
All right. So techie jobs also in high demand as everything becomes more and more technically oriented. What are we talking about there?
Well, we're becoming very reliant on a lot of systems that we don't even think about. They're automatic. Highest paying job on the list, air traffic controller, $122,000 average salary. I would love to take that job.
You were talking about some pressure, though.
Exactly, and that's
Hundreds
why
of lives in your hand at all times.
That's why this job is paying so much, because it is such a vital job in how our transportation system works. Moving on to another very important yet dangerous job is going to be a nuclear technician. A lot of our energy now is coming from nuclear power plants, so being trained and certified to work in that field is important. Average salary, $73,000 a year.
Well, I'm glad we're paying them and the air traffic controllers a lot of money to inspire that we get really good people. Something else I've noticed is there are all these private schools jumping up to teach you computer coding.
Yeah.
And I just know one I did a story on recently, and I heard that one of the recent graduates got a job right out of that for $150,000. So there are all kinds of ways, without necessarily going to 4-year school, that you can help yourself.
Yes, absolutely. And that kind of brings us into our last job that I wanted to talk about. So I'm a technical recruiter. Most of what I do is talk to web developers and software programmers and things like that. You can easily get a 2-year degree or less with some of these specialized schools and come out making well over 6 figures.
All right.
You could if you're just a savant. The average salary, though, is going to be about $62K for a web developer, and that's someone who's going to be working on the front end of the things that you see on the internet. There are plenty of other things that require a lot more training, but what's cool about development is that it's based on your skill, your experience, so it's not always just based about the piece of paper that you have from school.
Where can people find you?
You can reach me right on Kavaliro.com. There's general email addresses that you can reach, or you can just send me one directly, kbabb@kavaliro.com.
All right, Kelly, good to see you as always.
Yes, good to see you too. Thank you so much.
It is 9:27.